Shocking news. Sam refuses to admit Caitriona is pregnant with his child. Relationship breaks down. The weak sunlight filtered through the windows of the old mansion where Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe were living together after a break from filming Outlander. They had just had a passionate time when they thought they would never be apart, but that morning, Caitriona woke up with an unusual nausea. Her heart was pounding when she saw the 2 lines on the pregnancy test. She sat silently on the bathroom floor, holding her belly, where a small life was starting. Not afraid, but worried. Would Sam be ready? Would he be happy? Or would he doubt? The news, and the cold eyes. That evening, Caitriona prepared Sam's favorite stew. She tried to stay calm, but her hands trembled every time she picked up the knife to cut the vegetables. As they sat down to eat, she placed her hands on his table, looking straight into his eyes. "Sam, I have news to tell you." He nodded, his eyes gentle. "You're pregnant. Our child." Sam paused. The chopsticks fell to the plate with a soft clatter. His face changed, not with joy, but with doubt. "Are you sure?" Caitriona frowned. "What do you mean?" Sam avoided her eyes. "I mean, this is so sudden. And we didn't plan it." "Are you sure?" He didn't continue. But the invisible question was clear. "You suspect this child isn't yours?" She almost screamed. Sam was silent. The rift. Caitriona packed her bags that night. Tears streamed down her face as she walked out of the house they had once called home. The media began to speculate when she was spotted alone at the airport, covering her belly with a loose robe. Fans were worried, but the two remained silent. Inside, they were both shattered. Caitriona sent Sam a final message. "You don't have to take the child if you're not ready, but don't hurt it because of your fears." Sam read it and didn't reply. Media storm. A week later, the Daily Star magazine ran a shocking headline. Caitriona Balfe pregnant, Sam Heughan suspiciously silent. Fans were fiercely divided. Some defended Caitriona, saying she deserved love and trust. Others questioned her time of conception and past relationships. Sam was drowning in criticism. Thousands of comments were left under each of his posts. "She was always there for you, and now you're turning your back. Sam, fatherhood doesn't need planning, it needs the heart. I'm disappointed in you." A late confession. 3 months later, Caitriona appeared on the cover of Vanity Fair. In an exclusive interview, she spoke out for the first time. "I don't blame Sam. I'm just sad that he doesn't trust me enough to stand by me right now. But this baby doesn't need approval. It just needs love." Sam, meanwhile, was sitting in her small London apartment, a printout of the article in her hand, tears streaming down her chin. He called, but she didn't answer. Sam's London apartment was cold and quiet. He felt alienated from himself. He had never been afraid of anything, no stunts, no cross-angle interviews, but now he was afraid of being a father. Afraid of not being good enough. Afraid of not being ready. Afraid of ruining someone's life. Sam rereads old messages from Caitriona. The "I believe in you, I'm here, we'll be fine" now like cuts. He goes to the gym like a machine, puts his head down in the sauna every afternoon, doesn't dare look in the mirror. One day, his old manager visits him and says bluntly, "Sam, you can continue to be a star. But if you want to be a real man, go apologize to the woman who loved you." The handwritten letter. Unable to reach Caitriona by phone or social media, Sam writes a handwritten letter. He sent it to her old address in Dublin, where he hoped she would return to find some peace. "Cat, I was scared, not for you, not for the baby, but because I knew that if I accepted the baby, I couldn't fail. I'm sorry for doubting, sorry for being silent, I didn't deserve it, but if you'll let me, I want to make it up to you. Even if it's just sitting next to you in the doctor's office, or holding your hand during labor. Anything, just know, I still love you. He waited. A day, 2 days, a week, no response. The journey back. At the beginning of her 7th month of pregnancy, Caitriona returned to Ireland. She stayed away from the limelight, living in a small house by the sea. Every morning, she walked along the sand, one hand on her belly, whispering something to her baby. One afternoon, the doorbell rang. She opened the door, and froze. Sam. He stood there, bareheaded, his coat dusty with road dust. In his hand was a bouquet of lavender, the flower she had said she loved the most. I know I have no right to be here, he said softly. But I had to come. Not to ask for your forgiveness, but to let the baby know that he is loved, by both his mother and father. Caitriona said nothing. She turned silently and opened the door. Pain in the middle of the night. A month later, they were still not officially a couple again. But Sam stayed in Ireland, rented a house nearby, took Caitriona to prenatal checkups, learned how to change diapers, and make formula from books. One night, a sudden pain sent Caitriona to the hospital. Sam panicked, rushing into the hospital like the wind. For more than 12 hours, he held her hand, wiped away the sweat, and whispered, I'm here. You're doing great. You're strong. We're both amazing. Finally, a cry rang out. A baby boy. Healthy, beautiful, eyes as blue as his father's. Sam burst into tears. The doctor asked, does his father want to cut the umbilical cord? He nodded. When the heart forgives. A week after birth, Caitriona sat by the window, holding the baby in her arms. Sam made tea in the kitchen. What are you naming him? He asked. Finn, she replied. The name of a righteous king in Celtic mythology. I hope he won't be afraid of the truth, like his father was. Sam bowed his head. I didn't believe you, and I didn't believe myself. But Finn deserves a strong, kind father. You deserve someone who will always be there for you. Caitriona turned to look at him. Will you be there? He nodded. Not just today. Every day. Media and protection. They didn't announce their reunion. They didn't post pictures of their kids. They didn't say anything to the press. But when they were caught walking with their kids, they just laughed. Sam said in an interview, I made the worst mistake of my life by doubting the only woman I truly trusted. But now I've learned that love is trust. And being a father doesn't have to wait until you're ready. It just takes a heart to take responsibility. Caitriona laughed in a podcast. Finn doesn't need a perfect dad. He just needs a dad who won't leave his side. And luckily, he has one.